It's time for the November Life Update here on Costa Rica Story. Hey there and welcome to Costa Rica Story, and if this is your first time here, my name is Ed. I make videos about Costa Rica and my life here in Costa Rica. If you're a regular here, part of the Good Vibe tribe, my name is still Ed, and you know what I do. And what I like to do with the life update, I missed doing that a couple of months, so I'm going to do some catch up here. You know, there was some people like privacy when they make a donation or contribution to the channel. They don't like to have their name mentioned. So if you do make a contribution, just let me know if you do not want it to be, if you don't want to thank you. So for September, I need to thank Corey and Barb and Randy. And Barb and Randy sponsored me for the gym for 2 months, so I appreciate that. And the gains are there. I'm actually doing really good at the gym. I've been really, I'm more consistent now because I was like, when you're in the fear of losing something, you have a greater appreciation for it. So yeah, the gym is going exceptional. So thank you for that the sponsorship, Barb and Randy. So October, I need to thank Art. I need to thank Carissa. I need to thank Charles. And I need to thank Michael. I know I did a weird accent on that, but that was that's just how I roll. So thank you, people. Thank you, Good Vibe Tribe. You know, thank you everybody for watching. It's a huge thing. You know, the watch time. That's what that gives me YouTube revenue. My YouTube revenue is not that much, but it's you know, in my situation a little bit makes a huge difference. And I was remarking before last month how, you know, my revenue was down, and it was because I did an experiment with YouTube Shorts, and it messed up the algorithm and things. But I had one person say, you know, yeah, I think your videos are becoming a little bit monotonous, and they're not. My videos aren't becoming monotonous. But if you feel that way, you shouldn't be watching, because that hurts my videos if you just watch like a little bit and then go away. So if you're not enjoying the videos, by all means, you know, there's a lot of other Costa Rica videos channels that you can watch. So yeah, I'm not saying that in an insulted way. I'm just saying, well, you know, don't watch if you don't like it. You know, I don't need to hear about it. So one thing I don't mention often enough, and because I feel like it should be obvious to people, but I really love my life here. I really am enjoying my life here. Yeah, I'm going through some financial issues. That's my only thing that's negative in my life, really, for the most part. But I love my life. I love what I do. I love my friends, and that's a whole separate video I plan on doing soon. The great friends I have, the great people I have to collaborate with in business here. I love my Costa Rica life, and it was the smart move. It was the only move for me, you know, if you go back and watch some of the older videos. And if you do go back and watch some of the older videos, that will be good for my watch time. So by all means, go back and watch some of the older videos, because I get people a lot of times that say, well, why'd you move to Costa Rica? You know, why did, you know, they're asking these kind of questions. I'm like, you know, there's a whole channel dedicated to those very questions. And they're not simple. They're asking for a short answer to a complicated question, and it's not really possible. So watch the older videos. You can see me when I'm a lot fatter. I mean, I still yo-yo with my weight. Right now, my weight's higher than it should be. But back then, you know, I was a pretty chunky fella back in 2020, late 2020, 2021. But when I was in the States, yeah, I was really chunky. So I'm thankful for my YouTube friends, because if it wasn't for my YouTube friends, I wouldn't be here. I mean, you are what keeps me here. People that have contributed to the channel, people that have used my services, people that have booked tours with me, and a bigger part of everything is going to be the Costa Rica car rental portal on uvitaday.com. And I finally got that working. It was a stressful day when I was doing the web work to install there's like a widget, so you can book your car right on the website there. I also have a great frequently asked questions, because everybody has a lot of questions about rental cars, and it can get complicated here in Costa Rica. And I thought I knew a lot of the answers, and apparently I didn't really know as many answers as I thought. So check out the new car rental portal. I put a lot of work into it, and it's kind of a fun thing to go through. So yeah, it was not easy. There were some struggles with that, but it's all good now. And on that topic, I've got a video coming out this week, I think maybe Wednesday. I've already got it uploaded, and it's a video about car rentals, and we take a car out for a drive. I'm not going to let you know what model it is. You're going to have to watch and see Wednesday. I'll give you some things that are happening in that video. You're going to find out that in Costa Rica, dinosaurs exist. You also find out that Elvis lives. So stay tuned for that on Wednesday. Make sure you check that out. Be on the lookout. Make sure you hit the notification bell and subscribe and all that fun stuff that the big YouTubers always tell you to do. Also on the topic of the property that I'm managing, I published an email address that it was not correctly configured, so it was kind of a dead-end email address. I got that fixed. And also, if you want more information about that rental, just go to uvitaday.com/real, and you'll see the updated information on that apartment. That's the easiest way for me to keep things updated, is just to have it on that website. So there's a lot of positive things happen in my life from a business point of view, from a personal point of view. I'll tell you an interesting story. I've got two different websites. I've got uvitaday.com, where I do most of my business, with the tours and the rentals and things like that. But I also have CostaRicaStory.com, which is kind of a blog where I have a lot of my videos in blog format. And I was trying to do something with that with my web host provider, and they messed it up. So for a whole day, 24 hours, that site was down. And they're saying, oh, don't worry, it'll repopulate itself. Basically it'll come back, and it never did. So I had to get on the phone with customer support and try to explain to them what I needed them to do. And I was on the phone for 2 hours with them, and it was extremely frustrating. And it was very hard for me to not blow my top, but I did. Actually, it wasn't that hard. I had part of me that wanted to start saying, well, are you an idiot? But no, I was very patient with the guy. And at the end of that customer service thing, they did fix my website. It got working again, and all is well with that. But he said to me, sir, I need to tell you something. I've been in this business a long time. I've never met anybody as patient as you are. And I was like, that, because typically that's not me. So that's part of that is being here in Costa Rica. A lot of that is the friends that I have in Costa Rica. A lot of it is the work I'm doing on myself, my journey of self-discovery, which is going to be a whole separate video I'll be doing soon about my self-discovery here in Costa Rica, because it's given me an opportunity to look at myself and see, maybe I could do that different. But yeah, that's a whole new thing for me. So I'm really happy to get that compliment. I was talking to my friend Danair, and he goes, yeah, I noticed that about you lately too. You're more tranquil about things that might, in the past, you might have been annoyed with. So yeah, we don't control what happens to us. We control our reaction to what happens to us. That's the main takeaway for me. It's a small thing that sounds obvious, but it's one of these things that you have to embrace. So that was pretty good for me. I like that. So as I mentioned before, my existence here is dependent on you. And you are what gives me power. All these viewers are valuable to people, and it helps me with the car rentals, it helps me with booking tours, it gives me clout with anybody that I'm trying to do business with. So I appreciate that. So keep watching, keep using the services, and I always call it the win-win-win situation, because it's good for me, it's good for you, and it's good for the businesses that we work with. So keep up the good work and watch videos. Keep watching the videos. So yes, other news. I survived the earthquake, as I mentioned in a previous video, and there were some tremors since then, but I didn't feel those. So this place has been rocking and rolling a little bit. We have been getting a lot of rain in the evenings here, which it's caused a little bit of trouble with some of the roads and we've lost power a few times just because, as you may or may not know, when it rains here, the trees, they tend to fall. And sometimes they fall over power lines, sometimes they fall over the road. And we had a big, just the last couple of days, we had a huge landslide just south of Jaco, covering the road. So that was a big pain for people that were traveling. But the good news is the Portalis bridge is going to be good for the high season. They're not going to be doing any work on the Portalis bridge. It's two-way traffic, because the Portalis bridge, that's the famous crocodile bridge. For a while there, it was a huge bottleneck trying to get through there, but that's not the case anymore. So, you know, high season is coming here, so it's time to make your plans. You need to book your Uvita Day Adventure with me. You need to start booking your tours, ATV tours, coffee tours. What else we got? Corcovado. There's just so many things you can do. The Serpe Riverboat Tour. So yes, we've been plunged into November already. It doesn't seem possible. This year has flown by. So if you'd like to make a contribution to the channel, just go to uvitaday.com. It's much appreciated. It's much needed. And I think I've got the car rental portal installed, and I know everybody, when you come here, you need to rent a car. So if even half of you rent your car through Costa Rica Story with Alamo, it'll save my day. It'll be huge for me. So check out the Costa Rica car rental portal. A lot of useful information there, and it's an easy way to book. So come and experience the Uvita Day Adventure with me. It's a lot of fun.